This video is about submitting a non-contingent offer. Hi, I'm Joe Poliak, San Francisco Bay Area real estate agent with Rise Homes. Thank you for joining me, and let's jump right in. Submitting a non-contingent offer, I believe, is primarily a San Francisco Bay Area phenomenon in the real estate world. I don't think this happens very commonly in most other areas in the country, unless they're also similarly very, very competitive. To summarize quickly, a contingency is, for example, if you have an inspection contingency on your offer that has been accepted, that means that you have a certain amount of time to inspect the property before you remove that contingency. During that time period that you have that contingency in place, you are not at risk of losing your deposit as long as you exercise that contingency. But if you remove that contingency and then you find an issue with the property, you are at risk of losing your deposit. In our area, that deposit is usually 3% of the purchase price. So in our area, because it has become so commonplace to submit and receive multiple non-contingent offers, how do we make sure that you're protected so that you're not at risk of losing your deposit from something that was predictable? So number one, first and foremost, we always recommend that our clients get a full underwritten approval. A pre-approval can usually be good, but just to be on the safe side, it's great to get a full underwritten approval where the underwriter reviews all your documentation, your W-2s, your financials, everything, and basically says you're good to go for the loan. Being already underwritten approved allows you to feel confident that you're going to get approved for a loan. For that reason, you feel confident in removing your loan contingency. The other contingency that exists is an appraisal contingency. One of the ways that we are prepared for writing an offer without an appraisal contingency is that we review the comparable sales and we see that if we were in an appraiser's position, would we value this property at full value based on the comparable sales? So hopefully that answer is yes. And if it is, that means that you're not egregiously overpaying for the property, but it also means that there's a good chance that the property will appraise. But we also want to have a contingency plan. Plan B that we would have is, well, let's say the appraiser is just having a bad day and they decide to appraise the property at $100,000 below the price that you offered. We want you to be prepared financially for that situation by saying that if that does happen, you would be able and willing to cover that additional down payment required or renegotiate with the lender accordingly. So as long as we feel good about the worst case scenario and you're prepared to handle that, then we can remove the appraisal contingency as well. If you like this video so far, please let me know by hitting the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Finally, there's the inspection contingency. Removing that is a little bit trickier. Oftentimes in our area, in the San Francisco Bay Area, most listings will have full home inspection, termite inspection, roof inspection, seller disclosures, HOA documents, and essentially a full and complete transparent disclosure package with all of the information provided ahead of time before you submit an offer. We want to review that in significant detail. And most of the time, these inspection reports are good and complete, and the disclosure packages are full and complete. And so assuming that they are, and you went through it, you are now taking a small risk in that maybe the inspectors missed something or the sellers were not 100% honest when filling out their seller questionnaires. That is the risk that we have to take when we're competing against 5 or 10 other offers and you really want this house. So just make sure that if you are submitting a non-contingent offer, that you go through the disclosures in great detail and you think about all the potential worst case scenarios with your agent to make sure that you're fully covered, you're fully aware of what might happen and what might go wrong, and you're going to be ready and able to take care of that financially if worst case scenario situation comes about. How about you? Have you ever submitted a non-contingent offer? Did it go well and you get the house you wanted with no issues? Or did it go badly and something really major happened? Please drop some comments below. That's all for today. Thank you for sticking around and I hope you learned something. If you did, follow or subscribe to wherever you're watching this video and I'll see you on the next one.